why 50% of American universities will go bankrupt in the next 10 to 15 years. Hello everyone, my name is I'm the founder of Classroom Without Walls, #. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why 50% of American universities will go bankrupt in the next 10 to 15 years. Pretty shocking, I know. First of all, that prediction didn't come from me. It was a prediction made by a business school professor at Harvard University. He predicted 50% of American universities will go bankrupt in the next 10 to 15 years. And he argued the main reason was because of how popular online education has become. You probably noticed this as well. If you have children or if you have friends who have children, more and more students and children are taking online classes. And from YouTube, from Google, and from Khan Academy, from open online courses, from this and that, cheaper and probably also of high quality as well. Because of that, fewer students are going through the traditional education route. And as a result of having fewer students, and schools are having less income compared to before when everyone is going through the traditional educational system. So I totally agree with that. And on top of that, here are some of my personal observations in terms of why universities will go bankrupt in the next 10 to 15 years. The first is how hard it is for institutions like higher education and K-12 education to change. When you think about our life, so many industries such as telecommunication, our smartphone, our computer, our food industry, and transportation, physics, chemistry, so many industries have gone through radical transformations and changes within the last several decades. But when you think about higher education, this century-old system hasn't gone through a similar radical transformation. Not much has been changed, in my personal opinion. And because of this slow rate to change and to adapt to a newer environment, and fewer students are going through this path to become successful in life, to become educated. I totally agree that education is important, but I don't think formal education is the prerequisite for anyone to have a successful and happy life. As I'm building my own school, Classroom Without Walls, I noticed millions, thousands of alternative schools that are cheaper and of high quality for young children to learn. So that is my first personal observation. The second one is, I think one fundamental flaw in our educational system is we have teachers who are just teachers. And this is what I mean by that. And I think in this day and age, teachers need to become practitioners. Can you imagine a teacher teaching a social media class, teaching a business class, teaching a marketing class, but this teacher has never ever applied Facebook ads, for example, or this teacher has never run a business before. But unfortunately, in our educational system, we have way too many teachers who are just teachers, who are purely teachers, and I think it's not teachers' fault, it is our system. The system offers no incentive for teachers to engage in lifelong learning, especially professional development outside of classroom learning. And I can speak from personal experience. I can't tell you how much my teaching has improved after I started to embrace social media and after I became an entrepreneur. And my teaching has improved so much. I can see this from my students' own evaluation. And I think we need a lot more teachers, especially those who are teaching applied fields of applied fields such as communication, social media, digital marketing, business, psychology, all those medical fields. I think we need more teachers who are not just teachers, but who are also practitioners. I love what my dear friend Dennis Yu mentioned And he called this model the learn, do, teach model. I love this model. In our educational system, the learning part is here, the teaching part is here, but a big missing link is the doing part. And we really need to have a system that encourages our teachers to become practitioners. Until then, we are going to keep having students who are learning from teachers who are only teaching by the book. And we all know if you are an entrepreneur, that is not sufficient to have a successful career. And the last point I want to mention is our evaluation system in our education. So for example, and in school, and if you want to graduate from point A to point B, right? So this is a journey based on success. You have to do really well in this class. You have to pass this class. You have to get this grade. You have to do this. It's a journey of success from point A to point B. But if you are an entrepreneur, if you are in the professional field doing this and that, we all know by heart, the journey from point A to point B is not just a journey of success. It's a journey of failures, a journey of mistakes. But when you look at our educational system, this system doesn't truly encourage failures and mistakes. When I look at my own students and students in different countries at different schools, everyone is so scared to make a mistake. They're so afraid of losing a point. But learning is not an accumulation of points. Learning is a journey of failures and mistakes. I think with our system, we really need to figure out a better way to evaluate our students in which they love failures, they love mistakes as much as they love success. We need both to have a happy and fulfilling life. So what do you think about those points I made? And let me know. And do you agree that American universities will go bankrupt in the next 50% of American universities will go bankrupt in the next 10 to 15 years. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you join my weekly live streaming show on every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I go live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube to discuss social media and digital marketing. #classroom without walls.